My friends! How's it going, everybody? Back right below that time limit. Barely. Barely. Hopefully we can make just a little bit more progress in here tonight. I would love nothing more. So let's just jump right back into it, everyone. Things should go well. Had a really good day so far, everybody. Just so you know, you've all made it fantastic. We've had new subscribers and all kinds of joy added to the page or the channel here. Not to mention Imperlian's generous donation to the Patreon. $26. Wow. That is pretty awesome for a beginning donation, no doubt. And if anybody else would like to donate, jump over to that Patreon, and it also helps you increase your chances to win the pt8 giveaway, which I will actually start doing Patreon exclusive giveaways as well, so look forward to that. We've got all kinds of things done today. We just went through a nice dungeon where we were introduced with some very cool characters. Now we're just trickling away. It's basically all downhill from here. There's like 2 trials left, I believe. I looked it up, I'm not gonna lie. No spoilers here, but I had to know how close I was actually. Looked up the quest list. But, again, just gonna dive in here, everybody. Here we go. Alphanode has a message from Mumbrata for the Scions. Ere I forget, has requested a gathering of the Scions. There has been some progress in concerning our efforts to combat the Asians. That controller's done. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I have completed my communications with the Crystal Graves. All done with your talk of dragons. Wonderful, because the Asians are next on our menu. Let's head into the Solar, shall we? I'll be delighted. Delighted, no doubt. Hopefully we have some voice audio here. That's been some of the best parts of today. Loads of voice audio. Everybody that told me it was coming did not disappoint. It's been amazing. Let's cross those fingers.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit, relatively speaking I mean, I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon.
Indeed.
I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
On the verge of a breakthrough.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Asian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Asian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of.
Didn't mean to skip Oriange here. My bad. Got a little hasty. He had a little pause in his voice there.
As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before? White auracite can hold an absolute heap of ether, can't it?
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Lamentsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source. And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the Great River of Ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? Aye, I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say?
A malm away.
If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
If you think it worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that, but no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an etheric siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out.
I'm playing. What's up? 10. Yep. This is the last stream of the day, Tim. But, no less, hello. Glad you could make it.
Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Alphino here. Eavesdropping.
Has something happened?
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum. During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Hey, he's worried now.
Though you have become a crystal brave, you are yet a scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thangred and Papalimo shall accompany you.
Papalimo.
Ida and Yashtola, in the meantime I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If I were there, I would be requesting to switch groups.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go.
Shit, sorry. My bad, everybody. I'm getting really bad about that. I'm gonna have to do a weird hands-off thing. That D-pad is just like so touchy. Oh, good thing I didn't try teleporting anywhere. 'Twould seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area and await the arrival of the Scions. Willard will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with the Captain Ilbert at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lawns. Welcome back, Gonzalo. Glad you can make it. Your duties take you to northern Thanalan, do they not? Indeed. We too must say our farewell to the Rising Stones for a time. Falman travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escorts. At my daughter's behest, I go to contract certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. Contact, my bad. We are beset on all sides by civil unrest and imperial monarchications. Threatened by primals and troubled by dragons, we need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can barely be convinced to aid me. Aid the signs of cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we shall fall. Ah, how extraordinary that my little Acelia is involved in her far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. A colleague with influential connections. But I fear that Ul'dah has become a place of danger, even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah, woe betide, blackguard, that so much as that glares at your direction, my lady. I shall be well protected, it seems. We will be on our way then. Some funny characters there. Actually got put in a queue to get in here. It was only like 26 though. Took like 2 minutes. Wasn't too bad. Definitely didn't expect it though. Although it is a Saturday night. Should have expected it. I wonder if Choco finally leveled up. Nope. Getting there. Okay. Where do I have to go? To the processing plant. Ah, there you are, Lily. Commander, living here. Sent word that you'd be coming. A veteran of your talents is most welcome. Not that I don't think that we can handle the situation, mind you. I've learned a trick or two since the disaster of the Al-Majah. But returning to the task at hand, the Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raban's Push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time, and I think 'tis time we speak with the Lieutenant Eldison to finalize our counter strategy. Sounds good. It's got some good reflexes. Corporal Disciple, my soldiers yet tell tales of your deeds during the Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while we reminisce on old times. Are the Garleans on the move then? Not as such. The civilian draughtsmen have, however, come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look, and our worst fears had been confirmed. Those boxes contained powerful explosive devices of Imperial design no less. Found inside the plant, you say? But how? Had the guards stationed around the perimeter day and night? Tis likely the plant was infiltrated long before the Braves arrived. Master Thancred, have the Scions come in force then? All who could be spared, yes. Now there are likely more of these Imperial explosives about the place, so I suggest we spread out and conduct a thorough sweep of the compound. Considering the volatile nature of the ceruleum, allowing even one such device escape our search may lead us to enjoying an uncomfortably close view of the rather spectacular explosion. Right, then I'll pass word on to the fourth. What exactly should we do with these crates when we find them? Bring them here to me, carefully mind you. My sappers will render the devices harmless as they did with the first batch we found. Very well, let's get started, shall we? Good thinking, Thancred. And the search begins. I hear that a lot from people who've played the games. I wish I could have been around for the whole 1.0. Even if, you know, it had its flaws, I probably still would have loved it. Knowing me. Where are these explosives? Ah, there's one. These peeps have hidden these very well. No doubt. Oh, there's another. Same. I've only seen some screenshots. I've watched the Rise and Fall here on YouTube. That's literally the only knowledge of 1.0 I even have, Tim. Yeah, despite all the flaws. I heard there was quite a bit. Can't go inside there. Ooh, I see another one. Oh, barely made it. One more. Where could it be? Still lost. Not so lucky that time. At least it wasn't far. So it would definitely be inside of this place. Yeah, we could probably repair and make some gear here. Yeah. Down to the 80s. The Witcher 3. I actually haven't played any of the Witcher games, I'm not gonna lie. It's not that I have anything against them whatsoever, it's just something has always just stepped in the way. And I've ended up just always playing something, some other different title. Let's see if I can get a good view from up here where it might be. You'd think they would hide one indoors somewhere. Hey, there's your Stola. Odd seeing her here. They're all here. I thought only Pablamo and Thinkred were coming. Maybe up here. Papalingo. Oh, wow. It's not looking like there's one up here. Where could the last one be? Well, it is up here. Okay. Inconspicuously suspicious autumn. Gotta love it. I've fallen from farther. Should you discover any containers that appear out of place, then hand them over to me. My sappers will determine whether or not these objects are explosives, and then disarm them if they should prove to be so. There were 4 more of the blasted things. I'll have our engineers disassemble them at once. Fine work as always, Corporal DeSable. The entire compound has now been scoured from top to bottom, so I should hope that the last we've seen of these explosives. Our troubles with Castrum Meridium, however, are far from over. Scouts have returned with news of movement on the front. Lieutenant Eldison wishes to share a report with you concerning the Garline movement. Stone Age. How's it going? Glad you could be in here. We've been keeping a close eye on the Garline garrison, and 'twould seem the Imperials have finally begun to mobilize. According to the reconnaissance report that just came in, the squads seen leaving the castrum are too few in number and effectively take and hold our position. They will likely mount a swift assault and focus on the acquisition of resources. I have also shared with this report with the Crystal Braves. They've decided to take to the field and meet this assault head-on. Pray report. What's your font? All in. Hauntanot? Yeah, well, to lend you much welcome and strength into the counter-offensive. Alani. I'll just say Alani. Or Alane. Alane. Glad to have you with us, Tonberry. I am sure Lieutenant Anderson has explained the Garleans have deployed a small force of Castor Meridian. Their main column assembles to the north of Delmon's talons. I gotta move up a little bit. But we've also spied several squads attempting to conceal themselves on the approach to the west. They wish you to rush forth and commit battle with the main column, leaving the detached force free to raid the plant and pillage supplies. Not much of a strategy, but these desperate men. Captain Ilbert. Greetings, Solon. I understand the commander bid you and your fellow come lend a hand in the Braves. With such mighty heroes at its disposal, the Fourth should have little trouble contending with aught the Garleans might throw at them. But even if you cannot be everywhere at once, the Third was getting restless. Hold up in Uldaw, so I marched them out of there to fill in the holes in the plant's defenses and add their numbers to your counterattack. The reinforcements are welcome. We've enough soldiers now to divide our own forces and safely engage enemy from far beyond the walls. Aye, 'twould be best to avoid staging a battle anywhere near this much ceruleum. Let's take the fight to the Garleans. A wise course indeed. I shudder to think of the consequences should any of the storage tanks be exposed to fire. If there are no objections, the Sons shall join the Fourth and give battle to this main column. You're with the Third, then, Warrior of Lot. Your job will be to intercept these squads hiding out in the west and prevent them from reaching the processing plant. When you're ready to proceed, report Lieutenant Yuhazi. His scouts should have a rough idea of where the Imperials have concealed themselves by now. Let's see, how far away is he? Not too far away. Red. That sounds awesome. That really does sound awesome. A pleasure to be fighting at your side once more, Saan. Our operations invariably succeed when you're around, and victories won't pave the road to a greater coin. Now this detached force we've been sent to eliminate has split into smaller squads, the better to conceal themselves within the terrain hereabouts. I imagine we'll need to split ourselves up as well to cover more ground and make sure we rout all of these would-be raiders. And seeing as you're an army unto yourself, I assigned you your own areas to scour clean of enemy soldiers. Aye, this would be a simple search and destroy. We'll rendezvous back here when the task is done. Happy hunting, son. Well, that's just messed up. All by myself. Get Choco out here. Whoa. Did not expect that. Saw the fox pup and the lady over there and just didn't expect it. What is up, Alejandro? What's going on, Alex? Just getting some of the gaming done. Trying to make my way through this story. Should have the next place really close by over here. Come on, Ifrit. You're slowing us down. Take it. You seem grim, Son. I'll take it that you mean... I'll take that to mean that. Between us, more than a few Garleans won't be making it back to the castrum. These Imperials, though, they certainly made us earn our pay. I would be a happy man if I never had to tussle with another one of those Magitech horrors. It's time we bid our war-torn land farewell. I will contact the 4th and let the Lieutenant Alani, my bad, know the west is now clear. I would appreciate it if you would do the same when you report to Lieutenant Edelstein. Edelstein. I should just leave it like this. Corporal Desopple, what news of the Garleans? Their raiding parties are no more. Excellent. The Amagina engineers have
have been most relieved to hear that the planet is no longer in immediate danger. Thank you again for your assistance. Lieutenant Eldeston appears concerned for Moonbrada's well-being. What? You must be anxious for word of your fellows. Lieutenant Alani has reported a sound victory over the main column, and he informs me that the Scion have already turned their attention to the duties. All but one, that is. Rogadin lady with large axe. 'Twould appear she has chosen to remain at the site of the battle. I know not what task keeps her from returning to the civilization, but Northern Thonalon is no place for a wander alone, even for a capable such as her. I would certainly feel better about things if you were to check in on her before you continue on your way. That's where they get on the Chocobo for. Diablo 2 and 3. Those are great games. Definitely. What's going down?
Hold on, I won't be a second.
Gotta love the audio.
The beast seemed peckish, so I gave it a taste of my axe. I know. As Urianger never tires of reminding me, an axe ill becometh the hand of a scholar. What can I say? I like axes. To hear my mother tell it, I came into this world holding one. And it's not as if it stopped me picking up a quill, is it? I often think of the man who introduced me to the joys of learning. He's one of the reasons I decided to come to Eorzea. Him and my excruciatingly stiff childhood friend. Considering how unalike we are, it's a wonder we ever got on. The world's a strange old place, isn't it? Aye, that ought to do it. So far, so good. At these concentrations, it shouldn't matter too much if something goes awry. Just enough ether to make it interesting. Did you see that? The way the crystal glowed? The siphon works, I'm happy to say. With a few refinements, it should satisfy our appetite for ether, which just leaves the small matter of forging our blade. I'm not sure how to go about it just yet, but I swear to find a way. I'll put a blade in your hands if it's the last thing I do.
Blade?
He senses me. A useful talent.
Oh, yeah.
Hanasian, are they onto us?
By your brand, I see you are an Archon of Sharlayan, keeper of knowledge, seeker of truth, meddler.
I don't know what the hell's you're saying, but I don't much like your tone.
Your instincts serve you well. But come, be not unsettled on my account. That lovely brow was not made for frowns. But I waste my breath. Let me direct my words to one who understands them. We meet at last, warrior of light. I am Nabriales. and you have long been a thorn in my side. I suffered the overweening presence of La Habrea that men might host the power of gods, only for you to undo my hard work.
Oh, bugger.
Oh, wow.
Do settle down. You must concede that I acted in self-defense. But what's this? I do not sense the blessing of light. Oh, dear. Could it be that frail Hydaelyn has forgotten her champion? This I did not foresee. Shorn of light as you are no longer a threat. And better yet, the seal is broken. Now is the time to claim the staff. With it in my grasp, I shall rise above them all and take my place at Lord Zodiac's right hand.
What did that want?
Damn it, sorry. Spilled the
Nobrialis,
beans.
he calls himself. With charm like that, I'll bet he has maidens falling at his feet. Unconscious. But this staff... You say just talking about it had the bastard grinning like a brat on his name day. Must be quite a staff. Oh, gods. He means Tupsimati, Master Louis Soir's staff. Minfilia's in danger.
Oh,
we have to
shit.
get back to the Rising Stones.
Oh, wow. Back to Revenant's Toll. Oh, let's hope there's not another attack on the Silence. I don't know if I can handle it. The first one just feels city. Most of the important ones were alive still, but still yet. I'll never forget Neuraxia. Didn't deserve it. Talk about game fills there. You're here. Master Louis... Louis's staff is kept in the Solar, isn't it? Quickly now. I don't like the fact that they can come and go as they pleased him.
You two!
Oh no, that's what they were after. The actual staff.
So, you were able to divine my intent. What now, warrior of light? Ah, but that name is no longer fitting. You have become decidedly dull, and quite incapable of barring my entry.
What do you mean?
You truly do not know? Then I suppose it is only right that I enlighten you. The blessing of light kept you and your fellow meddlers safe. It was that which prevented my kind from entering your domain. My kind, I say, though it had no power over the likes of Elidibus and La Habrea. Being of this world, they could come and go as they please, while I could only look on. But I need look no longer. Now that the seal is gone, I mean to act. Unlike the others, I am not given to waiting. I shall take that staff and bring about the next rejoining.
Rejoining? Then it was your doing. The Isle of Val, the scholars, all of it.
You will not harm her!
Moonbreeder!
Why must you insist on forcing my hand? Did you learn nothing from our last meeting? Ah, but I forget. My words fall upon deaf ears.
The staff is but a broken relic, a memorial to the departed. What possible use could you have for it?
What use? You mean to say that all this time you kept the key, never knowing what it was you possessed? The staff Tupsimati, or rather the stone tablet it bears, is host to a great power. Together with the horn, it can be used to draw vast quantities of ether from its bearer's surroundings. How else do you think Louis Soir was able to invoke the power of the 12 without making them an offering of crystals? Summoning requires not only prayer, but a profusion of ether. Even a child knows that.
If I did not know before, you may be certain I do now. But above all, I know that we cannot allow this staff to fall into your hands. I will die before I let you take it.
Insufferable woman. I would happily end your miserable life here and now. Alas, Elidibus would never let me hear the end of it. Very well. If you will not part with the staff, I will take you too.
After them! Quickly! Before the rift closes!
Oh no. Is she gonna die? Hopefully this wait doesn't take long. For it to build you up so far just to make you wait like this again. While this weight goes down, everybody, I'm gonna take a quick restroom break. I have so many mixed feelings right now. When I come back though, I'm gonna work on that. Evil, evil, evil dog still in the spot. Gosh. Oh, maybe it won't take too long. 19 minutes, it's already got cut in half. As soon as damn it, the healer just left. We got the DPS though, that's good. In the meantime, I'll go deliver these crystals. Kinda. Try to keep things rolling here. Gosh. I've really grown to like her character. I would hate if they killed her off so quick. Just don't know how to feel. I could never adjust this thing just right off my face. I got a healer again. Just waiting on both tanks. And one more healer. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. How progress your efforts in infiltrating the beastmen's strongholds? So these are the famed, flawless crystals of the beast tribes. I have seen countless specimens from unknown. Not how many excavations, but nothing to compare to these. Their purity is astounding. You have done well, Tomberry. With these in our possession, we lack only the crystals of fire and wind. The former lies in Zonarok, the war camp of the Almajah in Thanalan, the latter in Nautalon, the roost of the Ixal in the hills of Corthus. Claim them for us, and before your best course will be to take part in the coordinated attack against the defenders of the crystal caches. I look forward to receiving word for your resounding success. And he's sending me off again. Whoa, just go to Amigo. Spent a lot of time here today in All Amigo. Sorry about that, everybody. I got a buddy getting married soon. Doing a groomsmen talk. It's just, some real important stuff I had to handle there. This would probably be faster instead of going around there, just to make sure. May have to go around. Uh-oh. Ah, there we go. Oh wow, I've got a long way to travel south. It might speed some things up here. Yeah, it should just be 2 more fates. I've already done 2 of them. Oh, just waiting on 2 tanks. Woo! Luckily. Oh no, never mind. I was hoping this fate would be going down. Seems I'll have to wait on it. In the meantime, I could go ahead and get rid of all this extra aggro. It could pose a threat during the whole battle, after all. Okay, should be good enough. If only it would just spawn. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long. Waiting and waiting. Gosh. What do you think will happen first? Duty Finder or the Fate? My prediction is, midway through the Fate, Duty Finder catches. No. See. It reminds me of the wild days with all the guild invites and people trying to get you to sign their seals. The wild days. Oh, I knew he was coming. Oh, almost everybody backed out of the Duty Finder. Sucks. Felt like we were almost there. Still think it would be cool if they had one mount that could just scale up mountain walls in this. Come on, Fate. This is just ridiculous on how long this is taking. Maybe if I complete one of these, it'll pop up. Get that all messed up. Screwed it all up. Probably have to level sync too. Maybe not. I didn't for the last one. Might as well get in here too, guy. I don't have to level sync. Cool. What seems to be the problem here? Not that guy. Should have used Bane right there. Should have used Bane. Let's group them all together. Maybe I'll actually be able to use Bane here. Maybe that other Fate will be ready when I get out of here. Here we go. Hopefully these peeps don't mind if I get my nice cinematic action going. Hopefully nobody leaves me in the dust. The Chrysalis. Uh-oh. What are you doing to Minphilia? Uh-oh. Just gonna keep my distance and watch the background here. Loads of DPS here, just tackling down on him. Oh, whoa. Loads of stuff to watch out for here. Whoa. Oh, everybody's doing a pretty good job so far. Healers are really doing a good job. Whoa. Whoa. So much to look and watch out for. Whoa. Intense attack. No! Flee! What is going down? Whoa! That looked like... It was so deceiving. So deceiving. Thankfully we have a good healer. Oh wow. Holy crap. Holy shit. Come on healers, res away. Wow. I don't know if we died or we won. We died. Okay. Wow. Whew. Okay, round 2. Let's hope for the best. Focus on the tier. Get that down as soon as possible. I'll definitely try to focus. I'm going to get Garuda out here. It seems like it's going to be a little bit more of a need at this point. Hopefully it'll help me out more. Oh no, no. Why the hell did you use me? It's useless here. Just gonna keep using bow on the shadow sprite because I can use it while I move. Ah! Thanks for that hint, I'll try.
Shadow Sprite. Trying to avoid the R's. Oh shit. How you doing, Garuda? I should be swift casting that Miasma. Let's hope we can all get through this time. Oh shit. Heal! What are you doing, healers? Damn it. What are these healers doing? Understand we have to hit the tier, but come on, healers. Almost. It's like right there. Out. Coffee. Round 3. Yeah, the tank, that's what really sucked. The tank can't really like res anybody. Ugh. Okay, where are the shadow sprites? I don't see any. Maybe they got them all. Jumped right into that one.
Should be good for now. Oh, I just realized I don't even have an edgy out here. That would have been helpful. Thank the promise for Swiftcast. What is up, Brian? I am stuck on a very, very troublesome spot. Kinda, anyway. Ooh. Uh-oh, that one's nearly the death of me. Oh no. That time it was the death of me. Ah. I can do better than this. I have done better than this. Disappointing. Didn't dodge the R. Hopefully that healer gives me a res before we go into that dark realm. One of them, anyway. Oh yeah, here it comes. Hopefully. Oh, reviving and right in the worst spot. Beggars can't be choosers. Whew. Here we go. If I didn't have this ability on me taking my health down the whole time. What the hell? Oh, we did it! Oh, I thought we had to start all over again. Oh, that's awesome. Was not expecting that. Oh, well, it gave me the shakes and everything. Where's he coming from? We're so close. Come on. So close. Yes. Oh. Yes. Huzzah. I was afraid I was going to be stuck there all night. Wow. Whew. My thanks. Let's hope for some more voice audio. What of Moonbrada?
You're safe. Thank the 12.
You may have bested me this day, but what of the next? What of all the days to come? Remember, light no longer holds sway here. I may return whensoever I wish, again and again and again. Eventually, you will falter, and the staff will be mine. Until next time, scions.
Wow.
There will be no next time. This is the end.
What trickery is this? No. No! You cannot! No!
Use Tube Samati to gather ether. Quickly,
ease up
before
on
he breaks
spoilers.
free. Concentrate. Call to mind the time you struck down La Habrea with the Blade of Light. Why won't it work? Is it because we lack the blessing of light?
Damn it. So much ether. And it still isn't enough.
Fools! No mortal prison can contain me! I shall make you pay for your insolence!
Please, Mother Heidelin, hearken to our plea. Lend us your divine light. Why can you not hear us? Do our words no longer reach you?
If only we had a bit more ether.
Moonbreeder, what are you doing?
Master Louisoix, I understand now. The choice you made. In death, there is life. Farewell, Urianger. You damned old coot.
Moonbreeder, no! You mustn't!
It's intense.
What? No! It cannot end! I am eternal! I am immortal!
Moonbreeder. She's gone.
Oh, wow.
You did it, my friend. The Ascian is dead. This device is a legacy of Moonbreeder's toils and sacrifice. I shall hold on to it for safekeeping.
Minfilia, are you all right?
Now they show up.
I am.
Oh, we were surveying northern Thanalan when we received the distress call. We returned as swiftly as we were able.
It seems you have everything in hand, however.
What happened here? Where is Moonbreeder?
She gave her life to temper the Blade of Light. I have no words.
Rather than await the inevitable, she took her fate into her own hands.
Does Urianger know?
My friend, there is something I must tell you.
I heard all, my lady. The moon sinketh, taking her leave of the heavens, yet her passing heraldeth the coming of a new day. Moonbreeder hath fulfilled her destiny, hath she not? Long ago, far across the seas in the Sharlayan motherland, Moonbreeder and I did study under the sage tutelage of Master Louisoix. Full oft did he impress upon us that knowledge existeth to serve the greater good. This sentiment, however, was contrary to the nation's policy of neutrality, which censured intercedence in the affairs of foreign lands. In spite of vehement opposition, he founded the Circle of Knowing, and journeyed hitherto the heart of Eorzea. Through his noble sacrifice was the realm spared its doom. Yet this great soul, whom all should rightly have honored, was branded a pariah in his own land. His peers did accuse him of forsaking his duty as a man of learning, and of meddling in the course of history. When he left Sharlayan behind, Master Louisoix gave no word to signal his intent to Moonbreeder.
Ah, shit.
Above all, however, she was confused. Try as she might, she could ill comprehend her master's motive. The slanders that were heaped upon him after his passing served only to inflame the turmoil within her.
Sorry everybody, he's pausing. It just, I thought he had stopped there.
For years upon end, she knew not what to believe. Torn as she was, twixt the man whom she revered, and the man who forsook her and his duty both.
The Louisoix I knew would never forsake his duty, much less one of his own.
This I know full well, my lady. 'Twas not for want of love that Master Louisoix hid his intent. He but desired that Moonbreeder discover her own path, free of the shadow of his influence. Long did I contemplate revealing the truth to her, and long did I hold my peace. After all, was it not Master Louisoix's wish that she come to the truth unaided? I told myself it was, and resolved to let her suffer. Knowingly did I deny my friend the comfort she craved. And now she hath gone to her rest, with doubt still in her heart.
This voice acting is so good. You can actually feel the emotion in the voice.
Speakest thou in earnest? Did Moonbreeder truly come to understand Master Louisoix's will before the end? The realization hath set her free. She may now find the peace which hath for so long eluded her. Oh, Moonbreeder, my dearest, how I shall miss thee.
Moonbreeder gave her life that we might possess the means to defeat the Ascians. Her sacrifice must not be in vain. Let us continue her work on the Blade of Ether and see it to completion.
My lady, I would mourn Moonbreeder in mine own way. I beg your permission to return to the Waking Sands.
Of course, my friend. Take all the time you require. We shall be here should you have need of us.
No, Tim. I'm not exactly running through Stormblood like that. I'm only doing the Red Mage job class, everything on there. There's little things I will touch upon that I'm not doing with this summoner. Like, I'm also in the Twin Adder as a Grand Company on it. But, for the most part, I'm trying to avoid all spoilers for the game. This is my first time running through this game, and I've enjoyed every single bit of it. It's been a fantastic journey, no less. And I'm not really trying to spoil too many things for myself, because I really do love having a real reaction here to share with all of you, because I mean, that's what it's all about, you know? But yeah, I'm just trying to really go through I'm gonna do a little bit of both. When I actually catch up with the storyline, I'm gonna do a little bit more things with the Red Mage, but for the most part, things will be gone through with the Summoner the first time around anyway. I may hit up more with the Red Mage. I'm not giving up on the Red Mage though. I will always do more with it. But for the most part, the main story, I will be focusing mostly on the Summoner for now. But the Red Mage will come back tomorrow. It's just increments. Never have I seen Orianger so utterly defeated. No one should be made to suffer such grief. We shall gather in Charlaine Manor to celebrate Moonbrada's loss and mourn her passing. Moonbrada was a native of Charlaine. I feel it is only fitting that we gather before the mark of the scholar. Are you familiar with the stone? 'Tis a monument found at Rothfrost, and is sacred to Thalak, guardian deity of the City of the Learning. There shall we pray for our dear friend's soul and bid her peaceful return for the lot of the Mother Crystal.
the only thing that does kind of slow me down right now with the red mage is the fact that how they've done the job quest. That's what I have most of my interest in right now. It's job quest story and the things behind it and the little things I've been doing with the Twin Adder. But is this it? Yes. I just have to run through it really slow because there's not a whole lot I can do in there to really gain a whole lot of experience. So far I've had to rely on Palace of the Dead, Fates, the Duty Fonder, and whatever I get from doing the quest. But he will return tomorrow, like I said. No doubt. I will not give up on the Red Mage. I love the character. Love the class, or the job. It's really cool. Hopefully once I'm level 60 I can dive into a lot more Stormblood content without really touching too much into the story. I'm almost there with the Red Mage though. That is my real goal. Getting to level 60 and really getting to dive into Stormblood content. I wish the summoner here was a little bit more caught up, then I could really do a lot of the side quest with the Red Mage while doing a lot of the story with the summoner. It's just, I wasn't really caught up as far as I wanted to be on the actual release of Stormblood. I was hoping I would be a little bit farther into it all. But sadly, that didn't happen. What do you mean there, Emplurian? I mean, I will complete the Heavenstored story with this dude, no doubt. And I've already used the jump potions to get through everything with the Red Mage, so I can do Stormblood content literally at any moment with that character. I've just been trying to level up the Red Mage as far as I can. And Watt Red Mage is basically what my Red Mage is. He actually jumped him up as the Watt Mage and then just switched him on over to the Red Mage as soon as I was able to. Ah, there we go. Maybe by then I'll be caught up with the summoner there, Emplurian. Hopefully. No less, I will be taking breaks with the Red Mage if I have to. I'm really not trying to spoil too much for myself. I really want to enjoy this story without having to deal with too many spoilers. So there may be periods all along the way where I'm taking time out to play the summoner a little bit more, like today. No, there's two jump potions that you can get. There's one that affect your level and then one that affects the story. Like, I've completely skipped all Heavensward content and a Realm Reborn content with my Red Mage. Like, everything has been done. What they do, they just default go through. I hate that I'm talking through this Filzy moment, but they just go through and they just completely
all the optional things they decide for you, kind of default you along the way.
Forgive
Pop
me,
you up to
Moon
level
Breeder.
60.
Had I been quicker or wiser,
And skip all content. Like, I've already done a little bit of the Stormblood content. I had to stop. Like, it was just too many spoilers that I just did not understand. A lot of people had warned me previously before I even started the content, but I just kind of... I thought that it would be a little bit easier reading along the way along the lines of Stormblood's release. There was talk of using the jump potions. A new player could go in, have no problem jumping into the story. Not the case. You go straight into spoiler territory. Like, straight into it. Right there at Ralger's Reach and everything, and you're just completely lost. It's cool, no less. You can, again, you know, like I've said many times, jump and be caught up with your buddies. If you have buddies that play. I do not, sadly, other than a few people in the chat here, but... So, for the level jump ones, it's just your level. Yes, just your level for the level jump that's raised, but you still have to do all of the beginner mains. No. If you only use the jump potion for your level, yes, you still have to go through all the old content. If you want to skip all that content, there's another potion that you purchase that can either skip all of A Realm Reborn or all of Heaven Sword or both. And I skipped it all with the Red Mage. It was like $50. Yeah, so it comes with a price, but yeah, I've skipped everything with that character. I just try to avoid spoilers with it. He is super spoiler friendly. Let's dive back into this Filzy moment, though.
but I was not, and you paid the price. But you would not suffer us to wallow in our sorrow, would you? You would tell us to pick ourselves up and get on with it. And so we shall. We shall defend this realm and her people to the last.
Life for death, a fair exchange. Other bargains will be struck.
So instead of blessings, he does bargains. It's kind of unsettling. That's what I was trying to go for as well, Tim. Try to get a different perspective. I've only done the content for A Realm Reborn and now the 7th Astral Era, which is still basically A Realm Reborn. I really wanted to have a different aspect of things. A lot of people would talk about newer content. I have all the tweets and everything coming in on my email, social media about all the new content as well. So I wanted to be a little caught up. So that's why I try to do a lot of the jobs with and everything with... Oh shit, what am I doing? The Red Mage. Just for a different perspective through things, and to keep things a little fresh. Although technically it's all fresh for me, it's more so fresh for the community and the viewers. Like I said, it's all new to me. But within saying that, I have loved every moment too. So that's why I keep on trucking. Whoa, that was weird. Though we have said our farewells,
The pall of sadness has diminished, but little. Forgive me. As antecedent, 'tis my job to be the pillar of strength for all others to lean upon. Yet I also believe the grief we feel now is precious in its own way, and not to be lightly swept aside. Do you not agree, Tonberry? "'Tis as if a dagger had been thrust into my breast. But 'tis a pain we must learn to bear if we're to forge ahead with our duty. The battles we have fought have taken the lives of so many. Luswe, Minbrada, our fellows at the Viking Sands. Their spirit and dedication to our cause, however, will never be lost as long as we rise to fight once more. I hardly remind you of this. I hardly need to remind you of this, my bad. Of course, 'tis for my own benefit that I repeat these words. A reaffirmation of my own choosing path. If I do not rebuild the foundation of my resolve, I am like to collapse in a fit of weeping. My apologies again, Tonberry. There is no other to whom I display such weakness. You are my pillar of strength, and I fear I shall have need of your steadfast presence in the days to come. A victory won, a comrade lost, to honor the fallen living forge ever on, towards the lot of a new day. Minfile has a request to make of you. Have you a moment, Tonberry? I believe Idal wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you were to lend sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Minbrada's passing, and my heart aches to see her downcast. Oh, so many feels. Hey, it's Tonberry. Great. Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? The thing is, I know Mom would tell me, Moon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this, which is why I decided to cheer myself up by getting a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Renoa a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this one isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment. So I was wondering, do you think you could maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Thank you so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Wraithfrost.
I just don't know how to feel myself either, the whole Moon Brada thing. It's just weird. That's the only way I know to put it. A lot of feels around this scene in the game. This chapter in the game, you could say. A lot of feels. Where is Rowena? Is she here? Yes. In the back of town here. Rowena. What can I do for you today, adventurer? Eldritch trinket to trade? They've got you running errands now. Them signs really know how to make up the most of your talents, don't they? Sending the savior of the Eorzea for a bleeding market fawn. Use your own time, that is. Seriously though, you'd best learn how to say no, or they'll have you mucking out the chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? The moon daisy, was it? Here then, take it, and tell Yida lass I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. Gods knows she needs to. I don't know, I kinda like her mask. I think it's cool. Oh, I was about to go too far. Oh, whoa, that's not where I go. Wraithfrost. Where is that? Oh, wow. Ah, get off of here. No. There we go. After I have this thing on for a certain amount of time, it just starts getting really hot on my head. It's like wearing earmuffs in the middle of summer. Okay. Basically just going back to Moonbreeda's grave. More fuels. Oh, my bad. Ooh. Didn't.
Another dead end. Another dead end. Yep. Next one. There we go. Nope. Oh wow, I made it through here first time, a second ago. No problem. Oh, it got all turned around this time. Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And when I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me, so anyway, let's see it. Breeda loved these things, you know. I hope that somewhere, somehow, she knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
Oh wow. It's getting thick. That's what I'm thinking. The game's really starting to set things up for Heavensward, so it seems. Yeah, Zombie Fox, I'm really trying to just power through as much as I can. It is the Ultros server. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbrada's passing. Her loss will be solely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Coorthus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. The envoy is here. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I won't forego the usual pleasantries, if I may. Certainly, you come with news of the Dravians. Dravians? Aye, the dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Emeric himself sailed forth with the cognizant of temple knots and several companies of the noble houses. Finest, though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such may be called, came at a cost of many of our own too many. I will not withstand a second wave should the Dravians renew their assault. You paint a grand picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then? We do. That would prick our pride. It is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the horde. Sir Emeric would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well, I shall depart for Coerthas at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Ul'dah must take precedence. It is with such cognizances in mind that I must make another request. Signs of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case with their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise the favorable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present your request directly to the heads of the grand companies. In the event of your plea does not receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak of Sir Emeric's authority in this matter, and our actions only fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior Vlot. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow involvement. You faced Midgard Somor and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero will. 'Twould seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Tonberry. Yep, T. You know. And, I'm not sure right now, Zombie Fox. Very true, Tim. Oh, is this a traitor?
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken. Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Guessing this is her revenge. Dragon head. Getting close. I think, anyway. Feels like it. Let me look at the mission, or the quest list again. It seems I was swifter, Tonberry. You too, however, have arrived with the time to spare, for our host has yet make an appearance. The murmurs about camp tell some manner of trouble at the gates. Judgment in the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. Where did he go? Okay. On to the chocobo. I was hoping I was gonna be able to finish the rest of this 7th Astral Era, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to tonight. I'm gonna try. Definitely gonna try. Heretic scum, how dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid of our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city of the invasion. Mother will be fine. I wonder how the chocobo. Oh. Make me think of Prompto. The gates of judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of the Ishgard magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered.
When I laid eyes upon Lady Ashart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. Whoa, where am I going? Twould seem the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against the Ishgard. Signs, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it would be prudent to investigate the cause. Then you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Ashart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more back at the camp. Sir Ermic awaits you. Emmerich. You named your chocobo prompto. That's awesome. Elfino seems eager to return to Camp Dragonhead. Lady Ashart has grown bold indeed. If she would risk direct action against the city, come let us do as we were bid, and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Harchefont will know where Sir Emmerich means to receive us. I don't know why I did it. The chocobo is faster. Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my paddling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat you with you in the intercessory. Greetings, sir. Shall I show you inside? Yes. Hopefully we have some more voice acting. He's a cool dude. Not this time. I thank you for coming with such haste. I apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Ashart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you prefer to postpone in our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it more important than ever that their meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's waits on the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally. Instant? Saw those eyes roll. Who's this character? dragoon. May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? Impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors, all yet, even among such masters of the lance, Estadine is without equal. He, out of all warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with the Dravian. You flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So, you were the adventurer whom they spoke. I see now my blood fair sang in the anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Ashart's Dazan as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gates. 'Twould seem that Lady Ashart and the Dravians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen awe. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history, though once defeated by the heroes Haldrath. The beast is said to have terrorized Kaworthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye, there are many scars on our walls bare from Nidhogg's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Ah, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and once possessed or of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and no wall or ward could erect would be stout enough to deny him. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself, secreted deep within the vault, is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But though stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravian horde whom a company of knights would labor to repel, to say holding Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Though the endless march of years, the dragons endure, patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand that these creatures do not share our perception of time, and that is especially true for the great worms, who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign, as if mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength, and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike the gates. You believe that Lady Ashart is in league with these creatures, then? Of that, we cannot be certain, though we know the heretics covet the Eye. We have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must need address the ragged hole in the mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protection. 'Tis a weakened Dravian are not like to leave Sorry. So it would seem you have described your plot in admirable detail, Lord Commander. Yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle with the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fall to see we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravia. When the Eorzean Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during the operation, Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we know our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow the Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger. The most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Coerthas would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beasts and beastmen. Until Garlean's arrival, that is. For you may be certain the Empire would not hasten to claim Coerthas. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona. 7 hells. Very well. We will assist you in repelling the dragons, for the roar of a great worm have many shaken the fermentation, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar, allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the Eye became a vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I'm in full control of my faculties. I assure you, and the Eye itself of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wherever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. Then, the worm who's roared was Nidhogg. He means to hurl the horde against the Denifian collar, and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. I don't really understand why there wasn't any voice acting here. It would have really been greatly appreciated. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us with an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Emmerich was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander had long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect this softening of the Holy See's attitude towards the foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. I've got a quick bathroom break, everybody. Sleepy Tonberry.
I'll be right back. Depending on how the story goes from here, everybody, I'm going to be on for about an hour and a half longer, give or take. Oh, but let's just dive right back in. If we're to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the antecedent. Dysfunctional. How's it going? Glad you could jump in here. Wait, just to make sure. I don't know if I like this. I don't know, maybe I do. Maybe it's a little bit faster. You always got my back, T. It's so weird for me. I guess it's even more weird for everybody else. Oh, well, that's cool. I usually say names wrong, though, I'm not gonna lie. I try my best. I definitely try my best. But at the rate it's looking like, we probably will have to finish this tomorrow. But, like I said, I'll be on for another hour and a half or so, maybe a little bit less. Don't want to push it too far. Ophelia.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
The leaf icon beside my name, CJ, is something they do for beginner players. You can take it off, but I don't really care. So this was all but
a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go.
To war. Not
The
my
path
usual
we
attitude.
now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end.
Of course.
For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
Uh-oh. Secret deets going down. Zill over here on the investigation. I'll patch Zill. That character literally looks like Zill and, well, I was gonna say Squall mixed together, but now I'm not really seeing it. Just gonna leave it at Zill with an eye patch. That is definitely a tiresome choice, Tim. When you are pushed to war. But CJ, you can actually take this off at any time that you want if it bothers like a new player that they don't want other people to know that they're new. But you have to actually do it before every play, or during every play. I'm not really sure. I've never bothered trying to take it off myself, but at the point of 160 hours into the game, and after completing the 7th Astral Era, this thing I'm working through now, then it automatically gets taken off for good. But you actually have to make it through that point. Let's dive back in a little bit further, everybody. I have bid the Archons travel to the assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge the Grand Company's soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be at hand as intermediates for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support, leave it to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of your own security. Revenant's toll is but a short flaught from the snowfields of Coorthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slaftborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential cognizancies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. Only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tataru accompany you? Tataru? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp on the practical challenges we may encounter. It would be cool if there was an optional playthrough of this game to choose an evil character. I'm actually glad you've said that, Tim. That is something I've been wanting to put in what I would like to see in Final Fantasy XIV. I don't think it'll ever happen because usually the game themselves are usually based upon saving the world from an impending doom, but no less, it would be a very cool aspect to add into the game. And if there is that aspect somewhat into the game, I would love to check it out sometime. Usually I will always choose the good side over evil, but occasionally, you know, some people like to play Shadow the Hedgehog. Some people. We're rather close to Coerthas, aren't we? We'd best see our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have bed and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Tonberry. I have 101 things to discuss with Slaftborn. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Seek out the Imperials and help them instead. Slaftborn. It's right outside the door here. Kind of. Ah! Button lag. Morduna. Whoa. Okay, it's not the same person. I was about to say, how long has that person been standing there? I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Coerthas, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for the infirmary as well as the temporary housing for the victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence in the siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try to look up here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Let's get started. We have a town to rouse. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilrid was there with the 4th that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since, Have ye? Gods damn it. I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, them black market weapons went missing from our vault in Udal. So now, of course, half the brave suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's more of a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing as bond us together is the vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. That and the steady pay. Now, compared to the others in the crew, Willard is a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like that wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like he ain't the top. And this is just between you and me, Mond. There's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me something queer he had noticed in the ledgers, something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain, and at the end of the trail I've stumbled on, I'll bet me good it ain't nothing. It ain't young Willard. Any road, you've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Tonberry. See if I can snap out anybody from up here. Three more people. There's one. Two more after this. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of the siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. Ah, but I have pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do? What to do? A contract breaker. Not in there. I don't think so, CJ. I'm only in the 7th astral era on here. There's probably well, I know for a fact there's a lot I haven't unlocked on here yet. I'm making my way through it though, as fast as I can. I'm not really trying to rush anymore. Like most people said, I felt like I was actually just losing part of the game when I was trying to rush through it. There's so many cool little story details, and being a diehard Final Fantasy fan, there's a lot of throwbacks to the older titles. I know I'm outside of the quest area here, but I'm thinking maybe up on the wall. This somewhat leads into it. Nope. Can't go inside there. one of these moments again. Look indoor headquarters upstairs. Oh, look indoor upstairs. My bad. There's not really anything in there. It just goes outside the quest area. Well, got nowhere else to look though. May as well go inside. Literally lapped this place. This must be what you're talking about. Haven't really explored this part of the city. Ah. Sell me the blade. To Ish Guardians. Well, them dragons are fearsome. But I'd slay me fair share if me coin was good. I've worked for one of them old knots before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hockey did. Still, I'd put up with the worse than that. For a heavy purse. Plan to level all the jobs? I don't really think so. There's a lot on here, and that's just that's a lot to take on for a person. I'll be streaming this game for a while, no doubt, but I'm not really trying to hit every single job. I'm more so here about the story. And I'm also playing through all the older Final Fantasy titles, so that's honestly my main focus. Adding this to the list was just to get the story of this game out and put into the streams. I haven't actually played through it until now. Though I do know that there's little stories within the jobs and the things about those, but it would seem nearly endless for me to keep going on with those. Although every time new content comes out, I will jump on it, no doubt. Okay, so I'm guessing it's the only person up here. Nah, shit. Oh well, it'll be okay. Where would this last character be? I had my hopes up there. So silent. The rooms inside. Okay, T. And CJ, no, I will not stop playing. Every time new content comes out, I'll jump on it. I will take a break, though. Once I complete most of the story with this character, if I get through Stormblood and most of those patches there. And, so on and so forth with everything else. Right you are, T. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claimed the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such fate that I look upon the mantle of an adventurer in the first place. I would sooner die in pursuit of a fortune than huddle behind the icy wall. But every time new content, like the next expansion, whenever that be, I mean, it could be 2 years, you know, I'll definitely jump on that then. But once I complete all the main story here and most of the patchwork and everything else, and I do want to actually run through one more character before I call it a complete quit. I want to do a more of a physical style character. I've had my 2 casters. Well, my caster here is the summoner, and then my red mage, who's a little bit of both. I would like to go with something more physical next time around, just to see what that is like, and actually start in Ul'dah, see what that area is like to start off. I've done Gridania and Limbs Elementa, but not Ul'dah just yet. There you are, Trumberry. So, did you sway any hearts? 1. Possibly 2. 1 or 2, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4. Not including Slaftborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I would say 1 Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clanking knots at least. Totoro has a message for you from Alphino. Oh. I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphino. Apparently, the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plot, and they've requested your presence as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Ul'dah, or you'll be late. Alphino said that he would meet you on Royal Promenade. To Ul'dah. Somehow I missed that. I didn't even see the hug. Oh. Vaughn Rovon. It's about to run. Could just use the crystal here. Maybe so, Tim. I am really caught up reading a lot right now. Sometimes I just miss the interactions of the other characters on here. Sometimes. Occasionally T makes a guest appearance. I try to see that when I can. My apologies for calling you away from the task. I'd hoped to proceed with these big negotiations, one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent request for an audience had prompt to a gathering of council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The Alliance leaders have already seated within. Let us join them, shall we? Voice audio. It is just so much faster and better than and I like it so much more with these official matters at hand here.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Brave's intervention.
Shit.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
He's putting his foot down.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Got so many mixed feelings about Raban.
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Yeah, probably knocked him right off his pedestal. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Harchifont and Sir Eremic to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Ilbert, what news? Then the assault has begun. We have but the moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knots, and then Dravian horde ere they descend upon the Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. It's going down. Tonberry would have you and your adventure allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report to Sir Mericlean at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. Oh, these loading screens. Wonder how long this wait's gonna be. You are the appointed captain of Sellsword Cognizant. Then, welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. Oh, is this just... Can I just proceed here? As we speak Dravian skirmishes, the parties are herring positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault of Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of our position. The Temple Knights will remain on the steps of faith and continue our preparations. When the horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me at once. Their advanced skirmishes are slain. Where's this? Oh, wow. Okay. That was simple enough. Is that all? No. I should not have spoken so soon. Okay. Now all the way back. Oh, not quite. But it is north of Dragonhead here. Didn't expect that. Now I go back. But to where? I've made a lot of progress today. It's so hard to stop now. Being so close to the end. What news, adventurer? The reinforcements. Declamated, you say. Dravian devils. Damn their scaly hods. Hold fast to your grief and fury, sir. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in battle to come. Sir Marcelane. Sir Marcelane wishes to prepare you for the siege of Ishgard. Spell speed. Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what it is you're tasking with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the sea of clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barriers we call Trifian's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thras darned witch Ashart stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Dravians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer to let that happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. All now rests on us, adventurer. Lead your comrades out onto the steps of faith and prepare to meet the horde. May the fury guide your blades. Depending on how long it's going to take to get in here is going to be my mark if I'll play for the rest of the night or not. We'll play this out last, because if this does actually manage to go through, it will still be my last quest of the night. Sadly, it's just so late. $28 minutes. Yeah, everybody, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here tonight. 28 minutes is just too long to wait. By the time the 28 minutes rolls over, I'll be past the limit that I really wanted to keep this stream at, and it's been pretty healthy so far, so I think I'm gonna call it here for the night, everybody. There's just no way I'm gonna be able to form the party. Plus, I would say we're at a nice stopping point. Tomorrow we can dive back into all this and really just keep everything going all downhill from there and try to really finish this part of the patch notes in the 7th Astral Era up tomorrow. Even if I have to, I'll probably start a little earlier tomorrow. I'm gonna, of course, stream the Red Mage. May call off Final Fantasy IV for one more night and wait till Monday. Just that way I can squeeze in a little bit more time here. Try to get this 7th Astral Era finished. But, I'm a little indecisive about it. No less, you can catch me tomorrow. And I go ahead and get out all of this before anything crazy happens. But everybody, it has been great and amazing. Hopefully you subscribe if you're new here. If you do, it increases your chances to win the Titus minifigure with additional swords, additional faces, a chocobo, and a blitzball. At 250 subscribers, we will be giving that away. And Imperialian, I will definitely take care and try myself to have a great night. And I am stoked to get it done tomorrow. I really want to do this trial here, or instance. I'm not really sure what exactly it is, but no less, I am excited for it. Really, really want to get to the Heavensward content. And Tim, thank you so much. Thank you thank you all. T, thank you for the help. CJ, thank you for coming in and watching, and also, no doubt, thanks for all of you keeping the chat alive. Dysfunctional, glad you got to come in here and join as well. Zombie Fox, hope you all have a great night. Brian, glad you got to come in here. Law, it was great having you around as well. But everybody, thank you so much for the comments. And again, if you're new, subscribe. Also, don't feel shy to try to jump in on all the fun everywhere, be it the news going down on Facebook, the art on Instagram. If you want to support, you can always jump on the Patreon there. Empyrean has been very, very generous in helping it out there. So if you would also like to help fund a little bit of the channel and keep things rolling here, that's one way you can. Maybe you will decide to in the future, but no pressure there. Always, you can watch for free, no less. Though, it is awesome having you all around. It is definitely time for me to get out of here. I am really tired. I've basically been streaming all day. But again, you can catch me tomorrow. I will be starting off with the Red Mage tomorrow. Going to try to get a little bit of levels dived in on there. Probably just going to run through the Palace of the Dead. Maybe do a dungeon finder, duty finder, whatever. Probably also gonna try to do a little bit of the job story, if it's possible. If it's possible, of course. And I am still undecided on Final Fantasy IV. We will all see together tomorrow. More so leaning towards calling it off for tomorrow, though, if I'm being honest, and putting my attention towards the Red Mage and this character here to get out of the 7th Astral era. But until then, everybody, it is Tonberry Disciple here, and I thank you all once more for all the support and watching, and please subscribe. I'm out of here, though, everybody. It is late. But if you have work, I hope it goes swift, and if not, I hope you have a tremendous night. And if it is the morning where you are, a good day to you, and I hope you have a magnificent Sunday. This is Tonberry Disciple, though, everybody, and I'm definitely out of here this time. Good night, all of you.